Hi, I'm Suzie Dills. I'm the director at the Hoover-Price Planetarium at the William McKinley Presidential Library and Museum, and I want to welcome you to Astro Adventures, and we're going to be highlighting the week of April 15th through the 21st. Well, the countdown is on. We are now less than 4 years from the total solar eclipse. So for here in Northeast Ohio, we're going to be in the path of totality for the total solar eclipse on April 8th, 2024. You can see on this map, any of the cities within the two blue lines are going to see the total solar eclipse. And then the red line represents something we call center line. So for those folks in those locations, they're going to see totality for the longest duration. So mark your calendars, April 8th, 2024. Let's hope we have good weather, because of course here in Northeast Ohio, in early April, we can either have those brilliant blue skies or a snowstorm. So I can tell you last Wednesday, it was one of those brilliant blue sky days with no clouds. So let's hope we're going to see that for April 8th, 2024. Today, we're going to talk about asteroids, comets, and meteors. So why are they different from each other? So let's talk about asteroids first. Asteroids are small rocky objects that orbit the sun, and they're just like an irregular shaped object. They come in all sizes and shapes, and they're smaller than planets. And most of those asteroids we can find in a location called the asteroid belt. The asteroid belt is located in between the planet Mars and Jupiter. So most asteroids will be found there. But there are some asteroids that have orbits that take them outside of where we see the asteroid belt. And you can see with this white line here, that signifies a asteroid. As a matter of fact, we're going to see that asteroid pass by planet Earth on April 29th. It's going to be our biggest asteroid to fly by this year. And it's categorized as 1998 OR2. It's going to pass within 4 million miles of our planet on April 29th. So scientists are keeping a close eye on that. They're watching it as we approach the 29th of this month. But occasionally we do have asteroids that do not reside in the asteroid belt. And comets are really cool. So they're made of ice and dust. And a lot of those objects, and sometimes we've referred to them as dirty snowballs, they reside really far off in our solar system. And occasionally they'll come and visit our part of the solar system. And as they approach the sun, the ice and dust will vaporize, and that beautiful tail will form. And their orbits are oblong. So you can see in this diagram, the white line represents a comet's orbit. So look at how much more oblong it is than how we see Earth's orbit in this diagram. And then we have meteors or shooting stars. Oh, I love to see shooting stars. They're probably one of my favorite things to see in the night sky. Sometimes they're just really dim little streaks, or they might be a nice brilliant fireball where you can actually see the colors of the tail of that meteor. So meteors are space rock that enter Earth's atmosphere. So they're coming in at really fast speeds. So when you see that streak, it's the glowing hot air, is that hot rock is just zipping through the atmosphere. And if they happen to land on Earth, some of them will be able to come through the atmosphere, and they will not completely burn up. And when they hit Earth, they're called meteorites, and they give scientists, it's just great for scientists to find meteorites because it really gives them a lot of information about the early days of the solar system. So a lot of them are fragments of asteroids. As you can see in this diagram here, in the early days of our solar system, we had a lot of collisions. So those little fragments, the meteoroids, they're so old. So really, it's a great way for scientists to understand more about the origins of our solar system. And what's really cool is on any night you can see a shooting star because of these space rocks that are out there, the meteoroids. Once again, those are the small pieces as a result of the collisions. And if you're out in a darker area, usually if I'm out in a dark sky area, I usually see at least 1 or 2 shooting stars a night. And then when we have something called meteor showers, and these are the ones that we can predict. So how can we predict a meteor shower? Remember a few minutes ago we talked about comets. When they come and visit our part of the solar system and that ice and dust vaporizes, well, with that process, a lot of debris is left behind. And in this diagram, you could see that debris, and it just kind of hangs out there in our solar system. So when the Earth orbits the sun, it has to cross through that debris. So every year we can predict when the Earth will pass through the debris of certain comets that have come through our part of the solar system. How cool is that? So one of my favorite meteor showers, called the Perseids, is on August 12th. So we know every year Earth's going to pass through the densest part of that debris on August 12th. So we're going to see a lot of those fragments entering our atmosphere and creating those streaks of light. So that's a great night to get out, because if you're out in a dark sky area, you're probably going to see about 50 meteors an hour. And the rest of the meteor showers during the year, a little less of those streaks of light that you'll see. Coming up though, this is the one I want to talk about. We're going to have the Lyrid meteor shower April 21st through the morning of the 22nd. If you're out, I always suggest trying to get to a dark sky area. We aren't going to have any moonlight that night, and I'll probably head out after sundown, about an hour after sundown. You got to sit out there, you got to bundle up, you got to be patient. We could see up to 15 to 20 an hour if you're in a dark sky area, but maybe you'll be lucky enough to see a couple every hour. And the closer you are to sunrise, the more you're going to see. And then also you'll see a list here of the other meteor showers we have during the year. So the good ones are the Perseids on August 12th. I always like the Leonids on November 17th. And the Geminids always provide some really brighter fireball meteors too. That's another good one. Okay, just to recap what's going on in the night sky. Of course, we've been talking about the planet Venus this time. We'll continue to see it just dazzling in the western sky after sundown. And you can see the position there. And then our morning planet show, we're still featuring Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Of course, we have the moon is passing through all those planets at the beginning of the week. And then you can still see that lineup. But Mars will continue to brighten as we head through 2020. And then we'll begin to see Jupiter and Saturn coming up earlier each night too. As far as the constellations go, if you're out, the western sky is still featuring our winter constellations, Orion, Taurus, Sirius. Here's our star patterns. And of course, draw that line down from Orion's belt and you'll come to Sirius, the dog star, our brightest star in the sky. And then our northern skies featuring Big Bear, Little Bear, Queen Cassiopeia. You can see Draco the dragon too. You notice the Big Dipper continues to get higher in the sky. as we head through springtime, and then locate Polaris, or the North Star, by using those 2 pointer stars at the end of the Big Dipper. And then to the east, looking high overhead, we have Leo the Lion, and we're just starting to see more and more of those spring constellations coming up earlier each night. To locate Leo, we just use the flat part of the cup of the Big Dipper, draw a line across to the backwards question mark, and that's the head of Leo. And then if we arc off the handle of the Big Dipper, we go to a star called Arcturus, arc to Arcturus, and speed over there to the right to Spica. So it might be easier for you to remember arc to Arcturus and speed to Spica. Okay, and then on the Facebook page here at the museum, we do have up the star map and with directions at the bottom of the map. Whatever direction you're facing, that's the direction point you're going to put at the bottom of the map. And then we also have the checklist. So if you're out with the family, if you're out just enjoying the night sky, try to see if you can find these different stars or constellations or even the planet Venus. And then once again, visit the McKinley Presidential Library Museum Facebook page for the checklist, the maps. You could also go on my website, starrytrails.com, and I also have included on there other star maps, illustrations, and audio, and lots of activities. But remember, the library did a meteor shower the night of April 21st to the morning of April 22nd. Get out there, see if you can see some shooting stars, but get out, enjoy the night sky. And thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you next week.